All right, guys, so showing you a lot of boats out here. They're just fishing, but we're just waiting out weather. You can see right here, this is the wind. You know, we're in probably 15, 16, 17 knots of wind. And so we're just waiting out the wind here for a few minutes. For a little while, we've actually been here. I actually went over there, right beside that little island last night that showed an anchorage, and we ran aground. It took me about an hour to get this boat off the sandbar, but we got it off. We called Sea Tow and got some local knowledge, and then we actually used Navionics and did a overview of it through the satellite, and we were able to tell right exactly where the sandbar was and which way we had to wiggle to get off. And once we did that, it came right off, and we were fine. But it took us an hour to deal with that. It's shallow over here on this in these little inlets, so we got to be careful. But you can just see the fishing boats coming and going. Should be, our weather window should pick up. Well, we waited till noon. Jim's done some cleaning, been mostly resting, and we're going to go ahead and do the final push here. 50 miles over to Block Island. We're going to do an overnight passage. Jim's getting the anchor ready. Little egg inlet. It wasn't the greatest anchorage because we ran aground last night, but it did all right. The anchorage, and it's been busy in here, but I'm in neutral. So this is going to be, you can see here, it's about 24 hours coming out of this inlet right here. Got a couple of options. And you can see the water breaking out here, right out here, but that's just breaking on a thing. We anticipate it being a little bit rough for the first probably 2 or 3, maybe even 4 hours. Not too bad at all. Nothing that we didn't have yesterday. And then really calming down to almost nothing. You guys can see we're coming out here, and these waves are pretty decent. They're all like this though. When you're coming in one of these inlets, you can see the waves breaking over there on the shallow. Feeling it's going to be a busy night with these ships. We're going through 3 major shipping lanes tonight, and I got a feeling that it seems like they're just stacked up after stacked up. So I had to reduce speed to let the ship get in front of me, and so we don't get clobbered by its wake. I'd like to have gotten in front of it, but it didn't happen. You see it just stacked up here. Another one right there. I'm sure there's another one right behind it. I can look on the AIS and just see them stacked up. Look at the water that thing pushes.
Frequency ready check, conducting channel 09.
Show you guys this because this is what I kind of watch here while I'm on. It's my turn for watch, so I'm looking up over the helm, and then right here I have this in front of me, this pad, and you can see all the AIS contacts. You can see like right here, that's the ship we just passed. Then over here I can see new ships, and tonight's gonna be a very busy night because we got to go through 3 of these shipping channels coming into New York right here. That's New York Harbor right there. So we got to be careful right here. We'll have to do AIS right here. So, and you can just see them everywhere. They're just like bugs. AIS, 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 AIS. So if I need to contact one, I just pop on them. there's the name. Oh, I haven't got enough information on him yet, but I will here in a minute. I can just pop on him. And I can get all his information. He's cruising at 14 knots, 185 degrees. So it's important to pay attention to this AIS. I never had AIS until Steve got it all hooked up. Now I won't go without it. Especially in these busy ports, and especially we're doing an overnighter. Look at that absolutely gorgeous sunset here in New York Harbor. Absolutely beautiful. Talking to you aboard the Katy Leigh 36-foot Grand Banks. And we're making a crossing over to Block Island from basically Atlantic City. You guys see that beautiful, beautiful sunset tonight. Jim was just looking on the AIS and just going through all the ships out here. And this is so cool because this right here, this ship right here, that's the Queen Mary 2 right there. So we're hoping that we can intersect it and actually see the ship. Would be so freaking cool. 1,000 feet long. Check this out.
Going twice our speed.
Yeah, it's doing 15 knots. I'll show you that. 1,000 feet long. Here's all this. Here's all the specs that we can see on the Queen Mary. She's moving along at about 15.9 knots. Look at that. 1,131 feet long and 33-foot draft. So that's so cool. So when you run an AIS, and we're running all that on Navionics through the Vesper. Very cool. So we'll see. You can see our path right here. We're halfway through this shipping channel. So we got to intersect right here. We won't see her because she's got a shorter distance to go and she's doing twice our speed. So there's no shot.
Pull alongside for cocktails?
Yeah, pull alongside for get a cocktail. That'd be so cool. Anyway, it's cool just being in the same water with it. Queen Mary 2, Queen Mary 2. This is the Katy Leigh. Do you copy? All right, Queen Mary 2, thank you. Have a good evening. And we'll be back. Katy Leigh's back to 16. And thank you guys. Bye. That was cool. I just talked to the Queen Mary too. That was so cool. Okay guys, so I've been on watch since about midnight. Pretty uneventful night, except for our crossing pass with the Queen Mary 2. That was very cool. I actually got to talk to him. Super, super cool. But besides that, nothing to really report. It's a good problem to have when you're making a 160-mile crossing from Atlantic City over to Block Island. We've got about 50 miles, a little less than 50 miles to go. Right now it's 4 o'clock in the morning. You can just barely start to see this, light in the horizon, and I can actually see the water again. So it's a good sign. Anyway, just giving you a report, a 4 a.m. report. I took over the helm around midnight last night, and so Jim's got some sleep. As soon as he gets up, I'm gonna probably go hit the sack, get a couple hours sleep before we get to Block Island. favorite time of the morning, just before the sun's coming up. You can start to see the water. It's about 4 a.m. So I got about 2 hours before the sun actually comes up. So you can see that sun just starting to crest over the earth, and it really clears your view, so you can see just a beautiful view of the morning. About 7:30 in the morning, just slick, calm. Jim relieved me about 4 o'clock. You can see right there, that's the tip of Manhattan right there. We're gonna go right past that, and then Block Island. We should be able to see it here in a little while. We're getting pretty close. Should get there around 11:30, just before lunchtime. Look how slick, calm it is. Though we couldn't have got a better weather window at all. Period. You guys can see right here, look at this, the Hamptons right here. I mean, this is it's the real deal here. How beautiful these are, the billionaires. Right on that, this is that, like Manhattan, this is Manhattan Island right here. This is the Hamptons. Fishing boat out here. Alright guys, so after we get done with throwing the anchor ball out, we head over to Block Island here to do a little exploring. We take a ride in we just call the taxi service, and they take us over to the island where we rent a car actually, because it's Jim just wants to get a feel for it. We'll go have lunch, and it wasn't horribly expensive to rent the car for a few hours, and then we go do some exploring, have lunch, and just enjoy the town. So anyway, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, share it with your friends. You can see right here, this is one of the water towers, or sorry, the light towers that we went over and walked out to.